How's it hanging, fellow web slingers? This is Spider-Man X swinging at you with a new video, and today we're going to be talking about Pokémon Sun and Moon. So, as of about 3 days ago, I completed the main story of Pokémon Sun and Moon, and may I just say, this was an amazing game. Game Freak did a great job with this game. I absolutely loved it. I know there are a ton of people still playing it on YouTube right now, doing playthroughs and stuff like that, and I would have done that myself. I'm sorry, but I kind of got sidetracked. I had a lot I had to do. I completed the game with my dream team that I talked about in a video a couple weeks back. I chose my starter. I chose Rowlet, like I said I was going to. I had Lycanroc, Midnight Form, Palossand, Salazzle, the evolution of Salandit, Wishy-Washy, and, I keep forgetting my team. Vikavolt. This was actually a really well-rounded team. I had a lot of things weak to Dark and Ghost, but it's fine. I just recently got the other two starters, and I'm working to develop a team based around them each. Like, one with Incineroar and one with Primarina. And it's actually harder than I had anticipated. It's hard to find good Pokemon that can work well with each other. So, because that seems to be the main thing. You have to have a good team that not only can work well by themselves, but can work well with each other. So, anyway, the main storyline of Pokemon Sun and Moon was actually really complex, and I know that people on YouTube have already thought of a Lola shipping between Ash and Lily, but I'm going to go ahead, at least in the games, and disprove that right now, because, again, in the games, not in the anime, that could still very well be a thing. But I'm going to put this out right now. I'm an Amore shipping fan, so when I saw Serena leave, it just put me off. But I guess a Lola shipping could be a thing. It would actually kind of work. But in the game, I also noticed that there were many different story details that were very surprising. I'm not going to spoil anything big, just in case you haven't gotten to that point in the story yet. But for any of you that are already playing right now, you might have noticed how Lily acts towards your character. And just my opinion, I think that Lily has a crush on your character. It has no point in the story, but that's all I'm going to say about it. Lily actually develops a lot throughout the story. And the Aether Foundation was really interesting. I loved exploring Aether Paradise. It was a really beautiful place. And the Team Skull, where Team Skull is, they really did a lot with the place. By that, I mean completely destroy it. Seriously, it was just this whole town, and it was really huge and had a lot of cool looking buildings, but the Pokemon Center was absolutely destroyed. And, but yeah, it was a really amazing game, and challenging the Pokemon League was a really big challenge for me. I was honestly surprised that I didn't have to go back and do it a second time. And the trial captains and the totem Pokemon were really hard. There were a couple of them that I actually had to go back and do 2 or 3 times. Like the grass trial, I had to face a totem Lurantis, and it took me 2 tries to defeat that. It took me 2 tries to defeat the ghost totem, which I think was Mimikyu. And then there was the kahuna of Akala. Well, I think there were actually 2 kahunas in Akala. Either that or it was Ula Ula, I'm not sure. But the third kahuna, I had to go back and face 3 times before I actually won. Mostly because I didn't have a lot of speed in my team I think the fastest one I had was my Salazzle, and it kept getting taken out. He has a Persian that is a freaking beast. But yeah, it was a really fun story. It was really fun to play. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a 10. Although I can't say there weren't any flaws. Like, you had, especially with the Aether Foundation. I think the Aether Foundation was the biggest just, like, WTF moment as you develop through the story. It was just a huge WTF moment as you get near the end of the story, where you have to go after the Ultra Beast post-game, and it's just weird. You just get to it, you get to that point in the story, and you're just like, what happened? Because it's like everything goes from nice and calm, sort of, you just have to go Team Skull, to completely bat crap crazy, and everything just goes out of nowhere, and you have no idea where this came from. When you get to it, you will understand, trust me, but it changes very quickly and very suddenly, and that can sometimes be bad for a story. It can really throw it down. I mean, sure, having a randomness in story keeps it interesting. However, it's not good. It's not always good. That's pretty much what I have to say about that. The story seems to flip-flop a lot. And the post-game was very fun as well. It's not that eventful. Most of what you're doing is going after the Ultra Beasts, and I think you have to try to capture them. And from what I remember, there's like 5 different versions. And I think, from what I remember from the trailers, there are 2 different version exclusive ones, which are UBO2 and UBO4, which I actually predicted at one point. I was just thinking to myself, and I was like, yeah, there's probably going to be 2 UBO4s, and I'm like, holy crap, mind blown. But yeah, in Sun, there's UBO2 Absorption. Moon, you get UBO2 Beauty, which is like a cockroach kind of thing. Sun has a mosquito that's on steroids, basically. And then, for Sun, UBO4 is a thing that's just blades, which is like a grass and steel type. I don't know where the grass comes from, but I don't know, blades of grass. It's not even green. And then in Moon, you get this thing that looks like a satellite sort of thing, like a space station, with just 2 giant arms. So, and that one is steel flying. The other 2 are bug fighting each. Both of them are bug fighting. But, yeah, that's about it. So, I'm going to end this here. This is all I just really wanted to talk about Sun and Moon. Give my take on it, what I thought of it, and just voice my opinions on it, and how I thought the story was, how I thought it improved since Oris and X and Y, which in that sense, it has improved a lot. The scaling is actually a lot better. Pikachu actually looks really small now compared to people. And they scaled everything a lot better in battle as well. Everything was like the same size in Oris. Now there's actually size difference. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, I'm going to leave this here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and maybe subscribe. I don't know. It's better to have people to talk to, have comments, be able to respond, and the likes just help. So I hope you guys had good time watching this video. And remember, web slingers, danger lurks at every corner. I'll see you next time.